So today's History's Mysteries is actually kind of an exclusive segment. It's very special because I was able to get an exclusive interview phone call with Joe Exotic, aka the Tiger King. Now, if you don't know who Joe Exotic is, he's famous for the Netflix show Tiger King. He had a zoo in Oklahoma. You know, he went to jail and it was taken over and he was set up. So yeah, let's just play that interview. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, Joe?
All right. You got something on your phone to where it wouldn't take a private call or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, first...
All right. We got 15 minutes, man.
All right, man. I just want to say it's a real honor to finally talk with you. We've written back and forth several times. I actually live in the Colony, which is, you know, where you're from, and
okay, yeah.
And I think it's awesome. So my wife actually visited your zoo when it was open. She said that it was awesome. So I think
it was the most beautiful privately owned zoo in America.
Dude, I know, like, for a fact that's the truth. And I mean, the whole Netflix thing, I mean, I remember the first time I saw Tiger King, first thing I thought was they're trying to twist the narrative some way, because I don't know, I went out liking you instead of, you know, doing what they wanted to do, which was demonize you. And you know, I really think that you need to be out. I feel like people like who are the people that Trump just pardoned?
The Chrisleys?
Yeah, if he can pardon them, why can't he pardon you? You know, and I don't know. I'm going to be visiting the White House. I got invited to go up there, and that's if I meet the president, that's what I'm going to ask him. Hey, can you pardon Joe Exotic? Because I think that'd be pretty epic, man.
Yeah, it would be great. I've had a lot of people up there this last week, and man, I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah. Well, we do have a large subscriber base, and, you know, I want to get your side of the story and just how we can help you and get you out, because...
Have you watched season 2 of Tiger King?
I believe so. It's been a while, though.
Where they all admitted to perjury?
Yeah.
I mean... They all admitted to perjury, and then they admitted, the hitman admitted that they had a plot to kill me, and even took the film people to the zoo and showed them where he had a murder weapon. And I'm the one in prison. And no charges have been filed for perjury or conspiracy to commit murder.
And the guy actually said, I should be the one in prison, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anybody that needed to be killed, be him. Or you could fall over dead.
Did he want Carole Baskin dead?
Yeah.
Did he talk about it?
It's like not as quite as bad as Joe, but yeah, he knew it was going to be a problem after if he got rid of Joe dropped dead, or he knew I was going to have Joe's head cut off. I was going to hook him up with a pea and a wire.
What do you mean?
I was going to stretch it across where he goes on his four-wheeler, like about 30 an hour.
So you and Jeff, prior to this whole thing going down, talked about killing Joe.
Yeah, nobody knows that. But you know,
including tying a wire around a tree so that he...
I know, but the wire is still at the park, right behind where I lived in the trailer. It's still laying back there. I got rid of it. I got rid of it, but nevertheless, it's like a piano wire. You can't see it.
Yeah.
He'll cut your head off. Whether it hits you in your chest or what, it's still going to get to your neck. He knew about that shit.
Okay.
I even walked in there and showed him where it was going to happen. This don't make me look good at all.
No, but I can't say trust me. You know, it is what it is.
He wanted Joe gone. Yeah. And Carole was just going to be nothing but an addict, because she still wants the park or go for $1 million. But how much money she spent to get $1 million? Right. What, 5 or 6 million or somewhere, Chet?
I want to start back with the kind of nugget of the day from yesterday, which is the wire thing, the Joe incident or planned incident. You said something to the effect of, you could show me the wire.
I know where the wires are.
Okay, tell me about that.
Trailer 1, right behind it, going over the fence. It's there, about 50 foot of it.
What kind of wire was it?
It looked like a piano wire. It's really super strong wire.
And
There ain't nobody else that got it, I guarantee you that.
right, it would just
Tie the piano wire from
I don't know.
trailer one to the fence.
Yeah, 'cause I threw it over the fence.
You threw it over the fence to dispose of it, but where'd you tie it? From trailer one to the tree?
No. Where it was gonna be tied is where he ran back and forth with the four-wheeler from his house to his office. And he was running about 30, 40 mile an hour. I'm the only one there at dark working.
And how involved was Jeff with that plan?
He was good with it.
Okay. Whose idea was it?
Mine.
You were that fed up with Joe that you just wanted it done. Is that a yes?
Yes.
And Jeff said that
He was down for it.
he was down for it, and if you pulled it off, what would he
I
do?
wouldn't have to work no more.
There was a point last night that I was sitting in bed thinking of.
Please not me.
Not you, but not you. There was a point
Sound fun.
where so Carole Baskin was gonna die by getting her head chopped off. Joe Exotic was gonna die by getting his head chopped off. Carole Baskin was gonna be riding down a trail. Joe was gonna be riding down a trail. You see where I'm headed? Why are these stories the same?
I don't know, but I never thought of it like that.
It's just a weird coincidence to me, and I don't think it's a coincidence. And maybe that's just that was the way you guys wanted to kill people. But the fact that Jeff knew and Agent Bryant knew that there was this video Joe had of Carol's fake head in a jar, right? That they played during.
Everybody saw that.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the most inefficient way to kill somebody. Look, if you're trying not to get caught, probably sawing somebody's head off. Actually decapitating them. Killing them with a knife's one thing, but decapitating them is probably the easiest way to get caught, the bloodiest way, and takes the most time. So I don't know why. I never understood why that was, the plan and why it. Did you get it? Why it, why it's so darn similar to what happened to. It seems like Joe's death plan was similar to Carole's death.
I'm not sure why.
Okay.
It wasn't orchestrated like that. I don't guess. I don't know.
Well, Joe didn't plan his own death, right? That's the easy one. Joe wasn't involved in the murder plan of Joe.
No.
Okay. And Jeff was involved in the murder plan of both.
Oh, both.
Because it wasn't really piano wire. What was that wire used for?
I'm not sure.
You just found it on the park?
Yes, sir. Around the trailers. Might have been in my trailer when I moved in. I'm not sure. But it's still there.
Maybe.
Oh, it's still there.
Did Carol go and?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if you moved wire.
It's not on the off the property.
Right.
In a bunch of weeds and ain't anybody found that. You can probably walk over it and not even see it.
The reason I brought you all here today is because not only I did a lot of things for Jeff and for Joe, but I'm bringing you all here today to show y'all what else went on at that park during the time of everything went on with Joe Exotic. I hid something from government. I hid something everybody's involved. Nobody knew about this but me and Jeff Lowe. Jeff wanted also Joe taken out of the picture. He wanted him to take the park.
Say that one more time, sorry. Go ahead.
Jeff also wanted Joe dead, and I had it figured out what to do, and I walked him through it to see if he would approve it, and he approved it. Joe normally would come up by the moat at the morning time, like barely birthday. I was going to take a piano string across where the moat is, and have Joe's head cut off. Piano wire, first off.
How does a piano wire get somebody's?
He would be on his four-wheeler running fairly fast, I think 25, 30 miles. And anything he gets right there.
Got it, mother. Got it. There's your
You were exactly right.
kill you. Yeah, cut your head off. But directly right over there where that light is was going to be tied to one end of that motherfucking cable. That right there you'd have never seen running 35 mile an hour down that path. So when Joe left his house, that was the end of his demise.
Isn't that nuts? I'm sitting in jail for murder trial, and I was dead.
I mean, that makes no sense.
Why am I here?
Right. None of it makes any sense. And I mean, like, what role do you think? Do you think Carole played a big role in this whole scheme?
I know it. I know she did.
I'm curious, looking back, was there a moment that you thought they're trying to trap me?
Okay, the only time that even came to mind was already after Travis died, and I started moving the animals off of the zoo because I was done. When Travis died, I was done. I wanted out. I even called PETA, and PETA was helping me move my animals.
Right.
And when Jeff found out, things started getting real ugly at the zoo because Jeff knew that I could prove that they were raping girls at the zoo and sex trafficking and credit card fraud and bank fraud, okay? So Jeff had to shut me up. And that whole thing where the tiger drugged me across the cage,
Yeah.
you know, when they put perfume on my shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump gets away with talking. Okay, well, first of all, you haven't recognized the rest of us 40 people that are running. It's all about Trump, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Ben Carson, and the list goes on. Ow, son of a bitch.
He didn't shoot the tiger, by the way. He shot it in the air.
Okay, that was to get me killed because Jeff was the beneficiary of my life insurance policy, and his name was on the property of the zoo already. Okay, now think about it. Okay, and I want all your listeners to think about it. Okay, Jeff and Lauren and Alan and Eric Cowie, the guy that died, the long-haired one that was drunk all the time. They were standing outside that cage, okay, while I was in there. And then the camera guy, okay, that was working for Jeff, okay, did anybody scream, Joe, or for help? Did anybody even scream, Joe, are you okay? The camera guy didn't even flinch, let alone be looking through the camera lens and hollering, somebody needs to help Joe, because it was planned.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Like, when I watched it, it just made me feel weird that nobody went to go help you, because if you watch any kind of, you know, footage of somebody at a zoo and somebody's attacked, everybody goes around to help, and nobody did anything.
Right.
And you had to defend yourself by shooting that shot in the air. And people abuse that.
And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And then Jeff kept trying to, he sat in the office every day. Oh, we need to kill Carole. We need to kill Carole. And with Googling her address and Google Earth in her house. And dude, it was crazy how obsessed he was. Okay. And the only reason that they even got me on any kind of a video when the FBI guy came, okay, James, and we have the text messages for over a year. James tried to get me to meet this guy, and I'm like, I know what you people are up to, man. And I dodged him every chance I could. And one day he just shows up. And James and this raggedy looking dude, and I knew something was wrong. They came in the office and they stood in front of the door, so I couldn't get out the door. Okay? And James says, well, this is my guy if you want to take care of Carole. And I knew, you know, just from the history of James and Jeff, and now by the recordings that we have, you even know that Jeff and Lauren record each other for blackmail. Okay, that's how bad these people are. Okay, and I knew from their history that James was recording. Okay, because he was gonna play it to Jeff and see if I was on Jeff's team or not until I got off the zoo. So I played along, but I never crossed that line. Okay, they kept saying, "Well, he'll charge $10,000," and I showed him the checkbook on the computer. Well, the checkbook is $13,000 in the hole. We ain't got $10,000. I'd have to wait till I had a litter of cubs born. Okay, that was my excuse. Well, we need you to go to a flea market and buy a gun. Okay, well, I didn't agree to that. I never done that. Then they wanted burner phones from Walmart. Well, I didn't agree to that, and I never done that. Then they're like, well, do you know Carole's address? And look, dude, this is somebody that's investigated Carole for, 11 years?
Yeah.
Okay, sure I know Carole's address. But on that recording of the FBI, I said, no, you're going to have to get that from Jeff.
Right.
Because I knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Okay? And at no point did I ever offer to pay that guy. Never offered him any money. I kept saying, I ain't got no money. I got to wait till I have tigers born.
Yeah, that's what confused me so much about that whole part of Tiger King was it didn't make any sense to me, because I've had a family member that was wrongfully convicted for drugs, and he got 38 years. and
Isn't that crazy?
he just got out. And it's like, there are some murderers that get out before him or you will get out, and that is not fair.
It's crazy, dude. That's just like the people Trump just pardoned.
Right.
That rapper killed 2 people.
Right. Yeah, and we're
And
gonna do,
then he pardoned Ross, whatever, the dude that had, 3 paid murder for hires?
right.
Had a life sentence?
Yeah. And I mean, it's pretty much proved now that you didn't do what they say that you did. So, I mean, you would think that the state would pardon you, or that the state would do a retrial or something. I mean,
Well, the problem is it's not state, it's federal.
Right,
Okay,
right.
that's why Trump has to make this right. Okay, and the judge and the prosecutors and the public defenders that represented me were in on it.
Yep. Same with my cousin. I mean, it's such a dark, dirty business, and yeah, me and my audience will try everything we can to raise our voices, because I just think that's a huge injustice to. I mean, from what my wife says, I mean, your zoo was beautiful, like you said. I mean, she got to pet a little tiger cub, and like, it was one of the best experiences she's ever experienced. So it's like, how could they? I mean, there was no mistreatment there. So I don't even know why they're trying to make you out, like Netflix tried to make you out to be some kind of demonized person.
Okay, but and a lot of people don't just think about this either. Okay, I was arrested September the 7th of 2018. Tiger King was filmed all the way up until March of 2020. I was already in jail. I didn't film for Tiger King. They took all of my footage off of my computers and my YouTube channel from joeexotictv.com. That's why you saw me in Netflix.
Right.
Okay? They had an agenda, and if you look at Tiger Tales on YouTube, there's 700 phone recordings and videos now of Eric Good paying every one of those witnesses and every one of those people in Netflix, Tiger King, in order to keep his agenda going, because he works for PETA, and his agenda was to make me look horrible, which they did, and then they nicknamed the Big Cat Safety Act the Tiger King bill, and they passed it, and they got Biden to sign it, and guess who is exempt from that law? The only organization in America that can own a tiger.
PETA.
Carole Baskin's Global Federation of Animal Sanctuary.
Right.
That's what this is about.
Yep. Yeah, and didn't she sell that property or something? I saw something
Yeah,
about
for
that.
$19.5 million.
So they're all in on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is so crazy. Man. Yeah, I mean, do you think if you were to get out today, you would sue for slander for Tiger King?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bust his balls for sexual assault, because the guy Eric Good that produced Tiger King is a pervert. All right. The only time I ever even got in front of a camera with him, he tricked me into going to a motel in Oklahoma City with his producer lady, and got half undressed and made me lay down in bed with him while he kissed me on the cheek and shit in order to make a personal film. Yeah, no, the guy is a pervert.
Yeah, it sounds like a pervert.
He's a nut.
Yeah, and he's the one that actually produced the Tiger King show on Netflix.
Yeah, and he's the guy who produced Chimp Crazy, because now they want to pass the Primate Safety Act.
So it's like they're passing all these acts after all these cases.
So they can corner the market on the animals, because they're doing no different than I did. They have all of my tigers in their facilities, charging $50 a head to see my tigers.
That is so messed up, dude. Yeah. Yeah, and I know that I really wanted to visit your zoo. I mean, do you think you would ever get back in that industry? I mean, because we're
No.
going to get you out. We're going to do everything we can to raise our voices, and I know so many others are already. Um,
I'm going to be an advocate for animals in the wild, and I'm going to expose this scam, and I am staying away from it. I don't want anything to do with anybody in that movie or nothing. At this point right now, my only option is to go to Mexico and be with my husband.
right. Well, I will tell you one thing. I'm a musician too. I know that we wrote letters back and forth. Made you a couple songs ready to be recorded, and I would love to record you. You know, record some music with you, collaborate maybe.
We just may have to do that because music and a concert is going to be my direction.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I can totally understand that. And then we'd love to have you in studio on the show. I mean, that would be awesome. We're here in the colony, and
But man, we gotta get some people to start getting noisy. You know, the only reason that all these other people are getting out, you know, Savannah Chrisley has her own podcast, and she's out there every day beating the path for her mom and dad. And I don't have anybody.
well, I guarantee you this: everybody in our audience will make their voice heard. They're very vocal, and we'll do everything we can because it's really an injustice. I mean, flat out, it's just so wrong. I mean, they can't do this to their own people.
The only thing that will make a difference is numbers and being loud, because the votes. People are worried. They're worried about votes. You know, we have to make it to where the Republican Party will never elect another Republican president if I have to stay here 4 more years.
Yep. We definitely have to make our voices heard. Do you think that you would ever do like another like your own documentary to expose these people? Maybe.
I already got 3 different movie offers, and you bet we're going to tell the truth.
Awesome.
Because I have the evidence to tell the truth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'll help you promote that. But yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to call me, and it truly is an honor to finally be able to talk to you. And
Well, I appreciate the platform and the help. Tell everybody out there that I appreciate it. I send my love. I just got to get out of here, and I need all y'all's help to do that.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll do that, and I'm honored to call you my friend, and call me anytime.
Okay, buddy. I appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. So in 2019, his main charge was murder for hire for Carole Baskin, who is a competitor, if you don't know the Tiger King story. And the guy who I played the clip of was the hitman that he allegedly got, who just recanted his statement. And every single witness in Tiger King 2 has, since the first one, has completely gone back on their statement. They perjured themselves. And so his current status is he's serving 21 years in prison. He no longer owns a zoo in Oklahoma, and in my opinion, he's innocent of what he's been charged with. No matter who he is, nobody should be in prison for something that they didn't do. You know, I may not agree with some of his life choices, but he's still a human, and in my opinion, deserves a pardon. But that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts, Jake?
I think anybody who's been wrongly imprisoned and somebody has tried to murder them, they're going through a lot in life, and I feel for Joe, and hopefully he can get out very soon to set things straight.
What'd you think of that interview?
I think it's amazing that you got to have that conversation, being so close to the place that he's from, and also you guys got to go to the zoo before it closed. I can tell why you're so invested, and I think it's very interesting also what you brought out through the story about something that we've learned back even with our Tom O'Neill interview, where he revealed that it was during the Manson trials that you saw a precedence being set legally for shutting down kind of the musical influencer state that was coming out of the folk era, challenging the Vietnam War, and you have all the kind of stuff that's set up where these plots unfold so that legislation can be pushed through that locks into the stone of law some type of scam. And what it sounds like with this situation is that Joe has enemies that want to lock in the rights to show and exhibit tigers when previously different people could own it, just like Joe did. He could own these exotic creatures, and now they've used this whole legislative process to steal the right from others so that only they can reap the benefits. And man, that is crazy. It just, you see this pattern of how legislation is used to steal, kill, and destroy, and steal the rights of the people. So
right,
very
and
intriguing.
One thing that he said that I've never ever heard before is he said that the creator producer tried to sexually abuse him. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but I've never heard him say that. And also, the same guy that made Tiger King made another documentary or docu-series called Chimp Crazy, and it's on HBO, and it's about they try to make these people out to be wackos, like crazy, and some might interpret it that way because that's how it's presented to people. And if you haven't checked it out, it's really interesting. But the guy actually makes an appearance in it. Yeah, what were your thoughts, Opa?
Oh, I just think that the poor guy's in jail that he shouldn't be, and serving time, and he needs to be pardoned and absolved of all his crimes, and that's what I think.
Hashtag free Joe Exotic. So if you guys agree with our opinions, leave a hashtag free Tiger King or free Joe Exotic. And that's all I got.